Good morning. Hi, how are you? I wish to welcome you to this live. My name is Wanjiko Nganga, and I'm doing this just to give back to the society. I'm in the insurance industry, and I just want to give you just a small insight on claims, just to train you on various issues that we have or we face from the industry, and some insights that maybe can help you in one way or another for claims. So I will take you through various items or various topics or areas that I think are important for you to understand for claims. So I'll be touching on various items. So the first topic that I'll take you through is, first of all, something that really disturbs clients called claim notification. So I'll take you through claim notification. I'll also take you through the documentation part of the claims, the claim process, what follows during claim processes, and also the legal claims. Just a touch-up, just ideas. If you're in the industry and you're watching this, you can also add there. If you have any questions, you can put them at my live, just down there on the comments. Maybe I'll respond maybe at the end of the live, but it's just to teach you something, just to learn something for maybe 30 minutes on a Saturday morning. Yeah, so welcome to my live. So I'll start with the claim notifications. Now, last weekend, I talked about the motor policies. I talked about the motor private and motor commercial policies, and I gave insights on what is normally covered in the policy, or when you are purchasing the policy, where you pay different from your friend, or the valuations. If you have not watched that video, I'll post it on this specific page. I have not put it here, I'll put it here. So I'll take you through the claims process. Now, what happens when a claim occurs, or you're on the road and a claim has occurred? What happens? What are you supposed to do? Of course, the first thing that you do is, these are an injury or somebody is injured. The very first thing that you should do, first of all, is to ensure the person who the person who is injured is taken care of. They get first aid, and then from there, the next step is usually to get a police abstract. That's where we start when it comes to insurance claims. So you need to get a police abstract. So this means you have to go to the police station, report the claim, or in some instances you can call the police to come to the scene of accident. Now, things that I need to mention here. In Kenya, we have this habit of agreeing, or you have had an accident with somebody on the road, and you have agreed on a certain amount. So you agree that I'll pay you this amount, and then you pay the amount and you separate and you go your own ways. But nowadays, Kenyans have become very litigious. So you find yourself, yes, you have agreed with somebody, and then after a few months, you're being served with court summons that you hit somebody, and you are actually reported as a hit and run, and you're forced to pay some money. So now, as much as sometimes these claims, or they are small claims, and you agree with somebody on the road, it's very important that you get a police abstract and you notify your insurance company. Why do I say that? Because there's something we call late notification in the insurance industry. Wherever you have insured your policy, there are specific timelines where you're given to report your claim. If you report your claim late, then you're going to get something called you're declining your policy because of late notification. I do not want you to face that of late notification. So number one is ensuring that you notify the insurance company of the claim or the occurrence of the claim in time. Normally, we have it in 7 days, notification of claims. So the first one is notification of claims. So most insurance companies will tell you that you need to notify them of the claims within the first or before 7 days elapse. So the moment you have a claim, you go and report your claim to the insurance company within 7 days. However, if you go to the police, they will tell you that you need to have reported to them. That is now different. To the police is different. The police will tell you that you need to have reported your claim within 24 hours. So that is different from us. So when you come to the insurance industry, we require you to notify us within 7 days before the elapse. Please ensure you report your claim. Now, something that really happens in the industry is whereby you have maybe had an accident with somebody, and maybe your car does not have a lot of damage, so you don't see the sense of reporting that claim. But remember, that accident was not self-involving, it was involving another party. So the other party can easily come and claim, and they can easily sue you. If you did not report that claim on time, then we're going to talk about late notification. It's very important to ensure that you report your claims on time within 7 days. Now, once you have done that notification, maybe I just need to mention the different ways that you're supposed to report an email, a claim. Now, reporting a claim, you have, you can call your agent, you can call your broker, you can drop an email to the insurance company. Most insurance companies will have an email where you can be able to reach out to them. Please write to that email, report your claim. Ensure that it's on record. Do not just go. You can call, yes, but remember, a call, it's not something that if somebody says that you had late notification, you can't be able to trace and say, I think I called. You know, it's sometimes it's hard to prove. By the time you prove, you know, you have really wasted a lot of time. Please do an email. I always prefer written. I always advocate for written communication. Please write an email to your intermediary, or write an email to the insurance company to notify them of the claim. Now, once you have reported the claim, what happens? What happens after reporting a claim? Now, this is a process now that follows from the insurance company. Once you have reported a claim, you need to submit several documents for us to be able to process your claim. Now, what documents do we require? The first mandatory document is a police abstract. Okay? We need a police abstract. So ensure that every time you get a claim, at least you have obtained a police abstract, because that will be the first document that we are going to require from you. Once you have reported a claim to the insurance company, we do register your claim. I'll come to that process later. We do register your claim. So, but after registration of that claim, you need to submit several documents for us to be able to proceed with the claim. So what documents do we require? The first document I've talked about is a police abstract. Then from there, once you report your claim, either your agent or the insurance company is going to share with you a document we call claim form. A claim form. So a claim form, ensure you fill that claim form yourself. Why do I say that you fill that claim form yourself? It's because that document is very important, because we are going to scrutinize the details that you have filled in that form. Now, suppose that me as Wanjiku is a person who had the accident, and then I request my friend to fill for me the claim form. They don't have the details of that claim form. Or for example, you're having a commercial vehicle, and the person who was involved in that accident is your driver. Then you're requesting another person in the office to fill in that claim form. They don't have the details. They were not even there during that accident. The person who can give us the right information about that accident is the person who was actually involved in that accident. That avoids a lot of giving different information. Now, if you give different or contradicting information to an insurance company, the probability of your claim being subjected to investigation is very high. I'll come to investigation later. So ensure that the details are clear. Ensure that if somebody takes that document called claim form and reads that claim form, they can be able to understand or follow without being there or not have been on the scene of accident. Somebody can actually be able to understand that document. Remember, the person who is reading that document from the insurance company was not there, but they need to understand the circumstances and what happened during that claim or during the accident. They need to understand. So ensure that the document is fully detailed. Now, when you're filling that claim form, there's a section in that form that is called a statement. Now, that statement, you require 2 statements. If you're not there, for example, me Wanjiku, I am the insured, I'm the owner of the car, but I was not the driver of that vehicle. That means I will require how many statements? 2. We will require the statement of the driver, and we will require the statement of the insured. The insured is the owner of the vehicle. When you come to the insurance industry, the insured is usually the owner of the insured is the owner of the vehicle. So you require 2 statements in that case. Now, if you look at that claim form, personally, I find that space very small. It's very tiny. So I always advocate you take a different paper or a foolscap, like a story, nice one, that somebody does not need to keep referring to you or requiring a lot of details. So write your statement as detailed as possible. That saves you a lot of time of back and forth between you and the insurance company. Otherwise, if you write something so small or so tiny, something that will require a lot of clarification, then I'll keep asking you, I'll keep calling you, I'll keep requiring a lot of clarification. Ensure that that part of the statement is very clear, especially if you are the person who was driving or the driver is doing the statement. Ensure your statement is as detailed as possible. Ensure we get full details about what happened. Now, the other document that we are going to request for is a valid driving license. So I find that most people will have the valid driving license, but we keep forgetting once in a while to renew our license with NTSA. So if you forget, please, when you have an accident, remember, we are going to ask for a valid driving license when you come for the claim. What I normally do is put a reminder on your calendar. So once you renew your license and you get the renewal date, please go to your calendar immediately and put a reminder like 2 months or 1 month before that your license is expiring on a specific date. Otherwise, you don't want to be caught up during a claim. That's the time you are rushing to renew your claim. Now, the other thing that is normally required, let me talk about logbooks here, because it's also a document that is normally required. We require, especially where the vehicle is a write-off, we are going to request for a copy of logbook in your name. Let me repeat that, in your name. Why? Because we pay the insured, we pay the owner of the vehicle. So suppose me, as Wanjiko, I bought my car from somebody. Let me give a name like Kamau. I bought my vehicle from Mr. Kamau. So the name in the logbook is for Mr. Kamau, and I'm the insured now. The insurance company has the name of Wanjiko. Now, we cannot compensate Wanjiko because the name in the logbook is not Wanjiko, it's Kamau. So we will require you to go to NTSA first and change your logbook into your name. This is what happens when you have bought a vehicle and you don't take time to change your logbook. What is the implication of you not changing the logbook into your name? The implication is when you have a claim and it's a write-off, imagine we have to wait until you go and change the logbook with NTSA. It is going to take time, and then you're going to come and say, we took so much time to pay you. No, it is not us. It is you who did not change the logbook on time. In fact, nowadays, you are required within the first 3 months. Most insurance companies will give you up to, most people, they are different, but most of them, they will give you a maximum of 3 months to change the logbook into your name. So the name in the logbook, ensure at least for smooth or seamless claim process, ensure that the name in the logbook is the same as the insured. If you have insured your cars in the name of the company, or you have a company, for example, let's say Wanjiko has a company called Wanjiko and Company, and I want to insure my cars in the name of Wanjiko and Company. So I will change the logbooks into Wanjiko and Company, because when you come to claims, we are going to request for the clarification on the ownership of that company. If it's one director, fine. But if it's more than one director, then it starts to cause you problems when we have to come to claims. So ensure you change the logbook on time. Now, the other document that I'll talk about is valuations. Valuations. Now, each year, you'll find that most insurance companies will request you to change, to revalue your car, or to have a revaluation of your vehicle. Why do we do that? Why do we ask for the valuation every year? And why is it important for you to ensure that you value your car every renewal? When you're renewing your car, please ensure you value your car. What does it mean, or what is the implication of that? Number one, if you do not, when you have the, we're talking about valuation here. So now, when you renew your vehicle, you need to do valuations every year. Why do we talk about valuations every year? It's because, for example, let's say like my vehicle, you have, I have a vehicle of 2 million. So this is the year, maybe I bought this vehicle in 2020. So in the year 2020, I went to the insurance company and renewed or placed my policy with company A, and I have placed my vehicle at a valuation of 2 million. So it comes to 2021, I still renew it at 2 million. 2021, 2 million. 2022 at 2 million. 2023 at 2 million. What does it mean? It means you are overvaluing your vehicle, or you are overpaying, or I'm charging you a higher premium probably. Because the truth is, there's no way that vehicle is the same value from 2020 to current. Okay? So what happens is you're going to be paying the premium, but suppose that there's a claim. Now, when this claim occurs, we are going to compensate you with something called pre-accident value. Pre-accident value. Why? Because you have never changed your value. Then you're going to start complaining and say, but you have been charging me premium on 2 million. Every year you have been charging me on 2 million every year. That is why it is important for you to do a valuation, for you to pay your premium based on the current value of your vehicle. So you pay based on the current value of your vehicle. So every year on the new, and we imagine most companies don't even charge you for that valuation. We give you a letter, and then you go to a valuer. So most companies will give you a list of the approved valuers within the insurance company panel. So you go to that specific valuer, or you choose where you want your vehicle valued. You are not charged. It is free. We don't charge you. So you go and do that valuation. Once you have done that valuation, you're going to adjust with something we call endorsement. When you hear endorsement is change, we change the value, the old value now to the new value. That process is called endorsement. So we endorse to the current value, such that now when you have a claim, you're going to be compensated on that valuation. Now, there's something that you need to check when you're purchasing insurance cover. There's something called agreed value basis policy. So if your policy is not on agreed value basis, this is very important for you to understand. Agreed value basis means you have insured with that insurance company, and they have agreed that in case of an accident, they're going to compensate you based on that valuation. If it is not on agreed value basis, then you're going to get someone compensating you on something we call pre-accident value. That means you have insured the vehicle, then after maybe like 6 months, 7 months, they tell you no. As much as we did valuation, remember there is a gap of these 6 months, and now your policy is subject to pre-accident value. So if it is subject to pre-accident value, then you're not going to be compensated based on the valuation report. You're going to be compensated based on a pre-accident value for if you have used the cover for 6 months, they're going to prorate it to 6 months. That is why it is important. I always advocate for agreed value basis policies. So if you have agreed with that insurance company on agreed value, always check, especially with your agent or your broker, whether their policies are on agreed, or they have negotiated for agreed value basis with the insurance company. That is very, very, very important. It solves a lot of problems when you have a claim. You are not going to start arguing with the insurance company. You're supposed to be paying me this amount. No, it is this amount. You're not going to be arguing with anyone because you have an agreed value basis policy. So ensure all the time that your policy is on agreed value basis. Now, so please make it your responsibility to ensure that you do valuation every year, especially if your policy is on comprehensive basis. For that party, it's fine. But if your policy is on comprehensive basis, please ensure that you do valuation every year. Please make it your responsibility. Don't tell the insurance company that you never told me. I'm here to educate you. It is your responsibility to ensure that you follow up with your agent, follow up with your broker, follow up with the insurance company if it is direct. Ensure that you have done your valuation. The valuation is free of charge. We don't charge for that. Now, the other thing that is very important, the other document that is very important, the last one is, if you have an accident in that scene, please take photos. Take photos all the time. Ukisikia pap, please toka na simu yako. Take photos. Photos are very important in today's processing of claims. It's very, 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 very important. So always capture the moments of the accident. Take photos of the claims. Take photos of the scene of accident. It helps in processing of the claim. So we have talked about the claim form, Now, let's talk about the documentation for windscreen claims. Windscreen claims are quite easy. They are simple to process. Now, windscreen claims. Windscreen is different. Of course, this one you don't need a police abstract. Sometimes, most of the time, most insurance companies will not ask for the police abstract. They are pretty straightforward. But they will ask for, on top of this, a specific claim form for windscreen. So you're going to be given a windscreen claim form. Apart from the windscreen claim form, you're going to be requested for something called photos. Photos is very important. Photos. Photos of the scene photos of the broken windscreen. Now, when you take the photos of the broken windscreen, please take you can do several photos, some that are very close to the windscreen itself. We want to see that crack. At the same time, the photo showing the registration number of the vehicle. So they're going to, so if you send a photo that is only showing the windscreen, the insurance company will come back to you and tell you, no, we need a photo that is showing the registration number of your car. So ensure that you take photos showing also the registration number of your car when you're submitting the claim form, the photos of the windscreen. Now, the other thing for windscreen, we can either give you something we call an LPO. When we give you an LPO, like for example, the most common one, the most famous one is the Hussein or other glass mats. So you go to that glass mat with an LPO, so that one you don't need to use your own money. We give you an LPO, so you go to that glass mat, you have your windscreen replaced. So that's pretty easy. Once you submit, in fact, that is a claim that we normally process within 1 or 2 days for most insurance companies, and it's a pretty straightforward claim. Then, if you want to use your own money, you don't want to wait for the process of the insurance company, you can also go ahead and replace the windscreen yourself, and then you submit the ETR receipts to the insurance company for refund. But please ensure before you do that, you have reported the claim to the insurance company. Do not just go and repair your vehicle without reporting to the insurance company. That's another thing that I want to mention. When you have an accident, please do not go and repair your car and then you come and tell the insurance company, I had an accident 3 weeks ago and I repaired my vehicle. Now I want you to refund me. It doesn't work like that. You report to the insurance company first, because they need to do this. I'm coming to the process. They need to assess that vehicle before you touch it, before your mechanic touches it. It's okay, but I'll come to that process. Please do not repair your car if it has an accident if you have not informed the insurance company. Now, let's come to the claims process. So now you have had the accident, you have the police abstract, you have all your documents, and you have submitted all those documents to the insurance company. Now, what does the insurance company do from there? So first of all, we register the claim, and most companies will give you a notification or a registration number of that claim. Some have gone digital, some are still going to do it on email. So it depends with where you have insured again. So if it's digital, you're going to actually get a message that your claim has been registered, or you're going to get an email that your claim has been registered, and you're going to be given a registration claim, your registration claim number. So what follows after that? What follows after that, it depends on the extent of the damage of your car. Now, let's say like your vehicle has a minor damage, very minor. And this is where now I'll come to where we have talked about the excesses. Remember when I trained last week, I talked about excess protector, and I explained what is excess protector. If you have not watched that video, you can go. I'll post it here on the excess protector. Now, first of all, you need to understand there's a very big difference between excess protector and the no blame no excess policies, and the meaning of that excess protector. Now, let's say like you did not buy the benefit of excess protector. You just purchased a basic policy. It does not have an excess protector. What does it mean? If you are to blame for that accident, you will pay excess. Okay? You will pay excess. So if your excess is 20,000 or 30,000, you will have to pay that excess if that vehicle is going to the garage. However, if it is not going to the garage, with all payments for motor, they are subjected to something called, it must be above the excess. The cost of repair must be above the excess. For example, ni bumper tu imegwaruzwa tu kidogo tu, and maybe the cost of maybe like repainting or repairing that bumper is something to do with maybe like 10,000. Just an example, 10,000, 15,000, and your excess is 30,000. That cost of the claim is 15,000. The excess, your excess is 30,000. So it means that the cost of your claim is below iko chini ya excess. Here it is not taken up by the insurance company. Here no utajitengenezea gari, you repair the car yourself. Okay, so that one is not taken up by the insurance company. So please do not tell the insurance company they are stealing from you. It's the policy, it's just how it works. So if the cost of all those small claims, all the claims that are below excess, those ones you take care of them yourself. They are not taken up by the insurance company. Those ones you take care of them. Now, the insurance company will only admit a claim if it is above the excess. That means your cost of the claim for it to be taken up by the insurance company, it must be above the excess. Meaning that if, for example, let me give you an example here. So if your excess here is 30,000. I've said if the cost of the claim here is 15,000, this one will not be taken up by the insurance company because this is 15,000. It is below. This is below excess. So that is the first consideration that you should always consider before you take the insurance, before you consider that the claim can be paid by the insurance company. This is the first consideration. What is my excess? Always ask yourself, what is my excess? So if your excess, so this is just an example. So some will be 20,000. So most of the companies will have either a minimum of 30,000 or 20,000. It depends on your policy. And also for motor commercial, I don't know whether it's between 30 and 20,000 around there. So if the cost of repair here is below the excess amount, that claim will not be taken up by the insurance company, whether you have an excess protector or you don't. Even if you have paid for the excess protector, if the cost of the claim is below the excess, it is not going to be taken up by the insurance company. That's when you're going to take care of it yourself. Now, once you have here the excess here, now you come and consider now whether you have paid the excess protector or not. If you are to blame for the accident, you're going to pay for that excess. Okay? If you had not bought the excess protector. But if you had bought the excess protector and the cost of the claim is above the excess, then in that case, you're not going to pay the excess. It's going to be free for you. So that is the first consideration that you must make. So now let's say that now the claim is above the excess and it is going to be taken up by the insurance company. What is the process? What do we do? What we normally do is, after now, so the vehicle now we have confirmed it is the cost of the repair is above the excess, so it is going to be taken up by the insurance company. There are two things here that will happen. First, we are going to have the assessment by the insurance company. So some insurance companies will have internal assessors and others will have external assessors. So it can be assessed by either. So you can have internal or external assessors. So, but the point is the vehicle must be assessed by the insurance company, whether they're using internal assessors or they're using external assessors. That assessment means we want to establish the cost or the damages, the extent of the damages in that vehicle. So apart from that assessment by the insurance company assessor, the other assessment that is going to be done to give us the cost of the repair is by the garage. So mostly you're going to be given a list of garages where you're supposed to choose yourself. Sorry about that. So where was I? I've forgotten where I was. I was talking about assessment, yes. Now, yeah, so we have the assessment either done by the insurance company or the external assessors. Now, once the assessment is done, it is going to be done another assessment by the garage. So the garage is going to establish the cost of the repair and send us the estimate of the repair to the insurance company. So the insurance company, they're going to agree with the garage. If there are any negotiations to be done, all that is done. Uko nyuma. Then once they are done, they're going to issue a document called Repair Authority. So once you are supposed to choose the garage where to repair the vehicle yourself, not the agent, not the broker, yourself, because we do not want you to come back and tell us you're the one who chose the garage for me. Apana. This is a panel of garages, and probably there's somewhere you prefer to have your vehicle repaired. So you are going to be given a list of garages. Make a choice of where you want the vehicle to be repaired. So take your vehicle there for assessment. So you can tell us you want the vehicle assessed in a certain garage, so we go and assess the vehicle from there. Then you're going to have the estimate of the estimate cost of the repair from the insurance company. So from there are two things that will happen here. You will either choose, for example, from the onset, you always make a choice whether the vehicle is going to be repaired by the garages in the panel of the insurance company, or you can have the repair done by your own garage. It is a choice that you make. Depends on the insurance company where you have insured your car. Now, if you choose the vehicle to be repaired in the garages of the insurance company, that means you have chosen a garage from the panel, and that vehicle, you have moved the vehicle to the garage, and the insurance company is going to issue a document called Repair Authority. Kama hiyo document haijapeanwa na insurance company to the garage, hiyo gari itatengenezwa, utagojea mpaka hiyo Repair Authority ipeanwe. Are we together? So the vehicle does not mean because you have moved the vehicle to the garage, the repair start immediately. No, it will start the moment the garage has been given a document called Repair Authority. Now, there are clients who do not want to wait for that process, especially clients who want to have their vehicles only repaired by their mechanics, or they are repaired maybe by a dealer, especially the new vehicles or the high-end vehicles. They want the vehicles repaired by their own dealers or their own garages, or they have their own mechanic. It's okay. There's an option. The second option that you have is called cash in lieu. Cash in lieu. You can request for a cash in lieu form of compensation. Now, cash in lieu means we have already assessed the vehicle. It does not mean you just go to the garage and repair your car. It means we have assessed the vehicle, we have agreed on the cost, you have told us your vehicle, you're being charged this amount, you have brought us the cost of repair from your garage, and we have agreed that this is going to be the cost, and this is how much we're going to compensate you. So in that case, we're going to pay you something called cash in lieu. Now, depending again where you have insured your car, the time of compensation, you can use your money in that case. Once you have agreed with the insurance company, you can go ahead and repair your car, they're going to refund you the amount. Now, hapa kuna maneno. It depends with where you have insured your car. Now, why I say that is because the time of that compensation depends. So, your pesa utarudishiwa, but how long will it take for you to get that refund? At the same time, you have, there are some companies, for example, let's say that the cost is 100,000 or 200,000. They're going to give you either 70% or 80%, around there, or 60. Some will pay 60% of the cost, 70, 80, it depends again with where you have insured. They're going to give you that percentage. Once they have given you that percentage, they tell you, once you have repaired with this 60% of the money, you come back for assessment, we are going to give you their balance. So if, for example, they have given you 70%, once you have finished your repairs, they're going to give you now the other 30%. There are other companies that will give you the full 100%. So it depends again with where you have insured your car. That's why I was saying in my last video, when you're purchasing insurance, it is not all about price. It is about the service, because this is where you really need the insurance company. When you have a claim, this is where you feel the value of the product that you bought. This is where you feel the value of the money that you paid during claims. It is not during the purchase of the policy. So this is where I insist, whenever you're purchasing an insurance cover, it's not about the, yes, premium is important, but it also depends with the kind of service that you want to receive. So that is very important. So that's called cash in lieu. So if you choose the cash in lieu, so depending on the arrangements of the insurance company, you're going to get a document called a DV. I'm using the word DV because it is the one that is used in the market. DV means discharge voucher in full. The full word is discharge voucher. Discharge voucher, in simple terms, it is called an offer letter. It's just like an offer letter. Ni kama offer letter unapatiwa offer letter ya kukulipa. So that's a document that you are going to get. Now, so again, now once you have been given that discharge voucher or the offer letter, the compensation time again depends on the insurance company. So some will pay within 5 days, others 10 days, 15 days, others mtakaka. So it again depends where you have insured your car. Now, the other cases where you have something called you have been subjected to investigation. Now, let's first of all agree on one thing: all theft cases, gari imeibiwa. Those claims, all of them, they are going to be subjected to something called investigation. Lazima to investigate to do anything happen. So that's why I was saying, when you're giving your story or you're giving your statement to the insurance company, it is very important to give a comprehensive story where we are able to get a clarification on what happened during that case. Now, the other thing is where we investigate claims on damage. On damage. Unaweza pata gari yako ni accident tu ya kawaida, but we have subjected your vehicle to investigation. Why are vehicles subjected to investigation? Number one, proximity of the accident. Umebook cover leo, accident ni ya leo, na gari ni right of, hey, we are going to find out what happened. Huh? Ama you have booked the cover today, within 2 days, 3 days, you have reported a claim. Of course, the first suspicion is, it's just normal. We are going to suspect that vehicle by the time you are even bringing it to us, it was having an accident, or you had an accident before you had an insurance, then that's the suspicion that we have. So, siko baya, those circumstances will always find your car being subjected to investigation. The other thing is the vehicle probably, as I said, let me just use my name. The vehicle is in my name, Wanjiko Nganga. It's a private vehicle, and then this vehicle, it was being driven by somebody else who is not my family member. So it is not my child who was driving, or it is not my spouse who was driving, but the vehicle is with somebody else who is not even family. So of course we want to know who was this person. Why do I say that? Because in the Kenyan market we have a tendency of, me as Wanjiko, I have 5 cars, private cars, so I drive one. Then the other 5 vehicles, I'm using them for taxi, or I'm using them for self-drive. So what happens? So you have that, in that case, you're going to have the vehicle subjected to investigation, because we suspect that this vehicle, yes, you have insured under private, but probably you're using it for a taxi. And please note, if your vehicle is insured for private, or you have a private sticker, and you're using that vehicle for taxi purposes, in case you have a claim, the probability that you will not be paid is 100%, because you are not using that vehicle for the right use. You say the vehicle is a private vehicle, but you're using the vehicle for another different purpose. So that in that case, you're going to get your claim declined. So you're the one who is using the vehicle for the wrong purpose. So ensure that you're using the vehicle for the right purpose. So those are some of the instances where you find the vehicle being investigated. Now, the other thing that I didn't mention is about towing. So towing, it depends again. So vehicle, gari imepata accident, iko kwa barabara, and it's supposed to be towed, it can't move. So it depends. So of course, the first towing from the scene of accident to the police, you'll find that most times the insured is going to take care of that cost. But that cost is refundable. We refund, by the way, that amount. But we need an ETR receipt. Please ensure that when you have your vehicle towed from the scene of accident to the police station, or even from the police station to the garage, and you pay, please ensure that you obtain an ETR receipt from the towing company, or the company giving you the towing services, because you're not going to get a refund if you don't have that ETR receipt in most insurance companies. So ensure you get an ETR receipt, or from the company that you're getting the services, they're giving you an ETR receipt. So I'm just trying to give you tips on where I don't want you not to be paid, or you have an issue and you didn't know. You say you didn't know. I'm here to inform you. So you need to have those ETR receipts. So again, in most cases, if you have chosen a certain garage, or you have picked a certain garage, they can offer that service of towing the vehicle mostly from either the scene of accident to the police, or most of the time you get it from the police to the garage. They're going to offer that service for free. So you can engage the garage to tow the vehicle for you. So in that case, you don't have to pay anything. The garage is going to do that for you, and they're going to invoice the insurance company. So in case you do not get either a payment, a cash in lieu offer, or you do not have a repair authority for your car, and the investigation has come, an insurance company is telling you that we are not going to pay your claim, they are supposed to give you a document called a decline letter, stating clearly the reasons why they declined your claim. So once you have gotten that decline letter, you can negotiate or you can appeal with the insurance company, and if you're not satisfied, there is always a platform where you can seek redress, or you can seek support from IRA, that is the Insurance Regulatory Authority. You can seek assistance from them, from their complaints department. They can be able to assist you on that. But you ensure that if your claim is declined, you have gotten that letter called decline letter from the insurance company. Now, so that's much about the motor claim. So if you have any question on the motor claim, or there's something I was not clear about, you can put it on the comment section. Yeah, so I will respond to that. So now I want to come to something we call now the legal claims. Now this is a part where now we have the pain point currently in the industry, whereby we have this thing called legal claims. Remember I talked about reporting claims. If you do not report a claim just because there was no own damage, ama gari haikuharibika, uligonga mtu kwa barabara, either uligonga mtu, you hit a person. In my last video I explained the legal claims. So you will have the that party property injuries, that party property damage, and you have that party personal injuries or even death. So those are different legal claims. They are handled by the legal department. So ensure, as much as maybe you have had an accident on the road and there was no damage to your car, but you hit somebody else's car, ama uliguza mtu na akaamka na huyo mtu akakwambia nasikia niko sawa, I'm okay, I'm fine, please ensure you report that claim, because sometimes hizi ni mwili. Ukigongwa si lazima your time the injuries, the internal injuries to manifest themselves at that specific point of the accident. They can happen later, and that person can come back to you and claim. Ensure you have reported that claim, whether there is going to be a claim from the insurance company or not. Just report that claim. It is that important. Please ensure you report all your claims, and I have said that the claims are supposed to be reported within 7 days from the date of accident. That is from the insurance company. But to the police, they are going to tell you that you ought to have reported within that specific time, or within 24 hours. So ensure that you report the claim within the specific time. Now, these claims for let me start with the injuries. So the injuries, what it means that they're going to be soft injuries to the skin, or their dislocation, somebody has had fractures, you know, all those things that can happen to a person when they have an accident. So the award is normally given in hospital, or the extent of injury. It's not us, the insurance company, who award. So do not come and tell us, no, I want this specific amount, or me, I have this kind of extent of injuries. Apana, there's a doctor's report. So you go to the doctor where you are treated after the accident. There's a form that we normally give you for filling. So they're going to give the extent of the injuries, and then we're going to do the compensation from there. Now, so what happens is, once you have reported that claim, probably there was no claim against the vehicle, or there was no, your car has no injuries or damages. So what happens is that after some time you're going to get served with court summons. I want to insist on this one. When you are served with court summons, please ensure that those court summons, you take them to the insurance company immediately. Remember, nowadays, the court summons can be done. You can either be served at your place, where either your workplace, at your own home, and nowadays there's also the digital part of it. You can be served on WhatsApp. So when you receive those court summons, or unaona summon kwa WhatsApp yako, please don't assume, don't say any scammers. Please find out, read that document, because you can be served on WhatsApp. It's very important for you to learn that you can be served on WhatsApp. Just a minute, let me pause this video a bit. Okay. Okay. All right, so we continue from where we had left. So now, we were talking about the court summons. So, and I had said that you can easily be served on WhatsApp. So once you're served on WhatsApp, please do not assume those court summons. Now, one of the key benefits that you have under your insurance policy is legal representation. You have a benefit of legal representation. So it is not you paying the wakiri, or hire a lawyer for yourself. Apana. All you need to do, your only responsibility is you receive those court summons. Since you have the insurance cover, it is in place, it is active, you reported the claim on time, you did your documentation on time. The only thing you have to do, imagine, is just to take the court summons, you deliver them to the insurance company. That's all you need to do. You're not paying any lawyer for yourself, apana. It's going to be done by the insurance company. Now, so that means it can only happen if you report on time. Okay. Now the other thing that I'll repeat that I mentioned last week is on the limits. So I said that it is very important for you to know your limits for the insurance company, for the policy. Sorry. Now the third-party limits. Please know your limit. Study your policy. Take your policy document, and if you do not want to read, it's okay. Please ask your agent or your broker or the insurance company to explain to you your policy. Just go and sit down with somebody to explain to you your limits. This is so important in today's insurance world, or the litigious part that we have today. You need to understand under the third-party property damage, what are my limits? For example, in most cases, you're going to find that the limit is about 3 million. What does that mean? If the limit is about 3 million, that is the third-party injury, 3 million. In most cases, you're going to find it 3 million. What does it mean? If this case has gone to court, and the court awards a higher limit than the limit that you bought, then the balance is yours. For example, if your limit is 3 million, the insurance company will process the limit for the 3 million. If the award was given for 5 million, then you have the balance of 2 million to pay from your pocket. That is where now the difference comes in where you purchased your policy. Or maybe somebody, the legal limit most you're going to find is 3 million. Somebody sold you a policy that has a lower limit and you accepted. So in that case, you're going to find yourself paying the difference. So always know the limit. It is not open. The limit is not open. Learn your policy. What are the limits under third-party property damage? What are my excesses? And at third party, both the third party property and also mostly for the injury, you're not going to find it there. But under the Act, the Insurance Act, it has capped the injuries at a maximum of about 3 million. You can look at the Insurance Act; it has the limit of the 3 million. So it depends on what you have. Okay? So I've talked about the court summons. Yeah, I've given what happens when you're served and what you're supposed to do with the court summons. Now, I'm supposed to just assume all that. You just assume it. You just say, I assume, I sit and lipa. Now, what is going to happen? What is going to happen is that the court case is going to go on in your absence. And one day, you find yourself being served by auctioneers. And normally when you're served by auctioneers, they will give you probably a maximum of about 7 days. So in those 7 days, you're supposed to have made good your deal. And remember, this will come with the cost of the auctioneer and the cost of the payment of that claim itself. So once you receive that auctioneer notice, they give you 7 days. So if you have not paid that same amount within 7 days, they are going to auction your property. So most of the time, utapata wamechukua gari yako, or most of the time they'll take the movable properties, wanachukua na wanauza, and there's nothing you will do about it because it is a court case and it's a court award. So you can easily lose your property, you can easily lose your asset because you never observed the process of insurance claim. Just because of that, your car you can just lose. The same way you are driving that car, you can easily lose it because of a court case, because you never reported that claim to the insurance company or you never did proper documentation. Remember, when it comes to documentation, the faster you do the documentation and the more clarity that you do on your documentation, it makes your claim process very smooth. So ukipatiana document moja leo, ama for example you are doing investigation, the insurance company is conducting an investigation, and you're not cooperative, you're not being cooperative with the investigator, the claim is going to take more time, and then you're going to come and complain that the claim is taking so long. It has taken 2 months, it has taken 3 months, yet the investigator has been requesting for documents from you and you're not giving the documents, or you're not being cooperative. You are playing hide and seek with the investigator. So as you play hide and seek with the investigator, the claim process, it takes longer. If you cooperate, the claim process takes a shorter time. So my request to you, if you are watching this video, please, if you're in a situation whereby you have been subjected to investigation by the insurance company, please cooperate, give the documentation requested, and let the investigator conclude quickly. Again, it also depends with that party or the kind of relationship the insurance company has with that party service providers. That is the investigators, the assessors, the garages. The faster, if you have good people within their panel, then the claim process moves a little bit faster. So, so that makes it the work very easy. So that's more of it for today. Service on WhatsApp, we have talked about. So, so the video today was on claims. So there's something on motor claims specifically. So if there's something specifically you didn't understand on the motor claims, you can easily inbox me on this specific page, or you can write a message. For now, just do it on inbox. I will respond, or on the comment section. I'll be able to do the response on that. So next week, I will be doing an educative video on home policies or domestic policies. So are you a homeowner? Do you know a homeowner? And if you're not a homeowner, you live somewhere. You live somewhere, either in a rented place, ukona mahali unaishi. So next weekend, I will do an educative video on the domestic policies, or policy ya nyumbani, domestic policy. So please ensure that you subscribe, you like, you follow, so that at least you can be able to get the following on the next video. So this is just checking your pulse, or how much knowledge you have on insurance. So it's just a platform to ensure that you are knowledgeable and you understand what happens in the insurance field. You are a consumer of insurance, or in one way or another, you can find yourself. It's not a must that you uko na gari ndio ujue insurance. Apana, remember, you use cars to move. So somehow you can find yourself suing. Something I need to mention here is that there's a coverage for passengers, and currently, especially family is not covered, and driver is not covered in the car. So please, the cover is a motor insurance cover. It is not a motor cover and a driver's policy. Apana. If you have purchased a motor insurance insurance, please ensure you purchase a policy we call a personal accident policy for you as a driver, and also for their family members. Although nowadays I'm seeing children suing their parents, previously it never used to happen, so things have changed. You can easily be sued by your son or your daughter because you caused an accident where they got injuries. So yeah, so it happens, but something that is developing in the industry right now. But in most cases, please ensure you have a personal accident cover for yourself and your family, because the driver is not covered. An employee is equally not covered within that policy. So ensure that if you have employees who are using your car, please ensure that you have purchased a personal accident policy for them. So that is going to ensure that any person who is as an employee is also covered in case an accident happens. So till next week, where we'll be discussing on the domestic policies, I wish to say goodbye. Thank you so much. If you're watching this video, asante for joining. If you're going to watch later, asante sana. Spread is just for knowledge. I'm just giving back my knowledge to the society. I just wanted to understand, to learn, and to appreciate insurance, because it's very important in today's world to ensure at least you have an insurance policy. Lakini ununue gari leo na kesho unajipata hauna hiyo gari kwa sababu imechotwa na auctioneer, kwa sababu huku report claim ya legal, umechotwa juu ya pesa, gari imeuzwa, it has to be used to. So once you have that asset, please ensure it is properly insured to ensure that it's there for a long time. So till next week, thank you very much for joining me. This is Wanjiku Ng'ang'a, educating you on insurance. Asante sana. Have a lovely weekend. Goodbye.